Welcome back to another Blueprint Masterclass session. I'm Ghost, and in today's session, I'll be showing you guys how to learn, how to understand the fireball radius, and how to master it, incorporating it with the Super Withches. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Whether this is your first time utilizing the fireball, or that you currently do not have a max fireball, no worries at all. Hopefully, after today's session, you guys will all walk away with a better knowledge of how to utilize and maximize its value with the fireball switch. So moving a step backwards, we kind of have to understand exactly how the fireball works. 4x4 buildings, just make sure you understand that only 3 tiles can be in between the building itself. And when it comes to diagonal, this is sideways right here. So 3 tiles sideways, and diagonal, it's going to only be 2 tiles like so right here. Now moving along to a 3x3 building, we have the monolith here and the ricochet cannon. We're going to focus on this right here, and of course this right here. So this right here will be talking about a 3x3 building, which is the monolith or the ricochet cannons, or it scatters and expos, etc. Any 3x3 building sideways, it has to only be 4 tiles in between for you to be able to get all of the value of the fireball. So if you land a fireball inside of the monolith and there's 4 tiles between the monolith and the sideways building that you are aiming for, you will be able to knock down all of that. Anything more than that, so let's say if it's 5 tiles in between, you will not be able to take those exterior buildings down if there's 5 tiles sideways between the monolith or that other 3x3 building itself. So again, for diagonal, looking at a 3x3 building, it can only be 2 tiles apart as it is shown there. So if you were to land a fireball on that ricochet cannon right there, you are going to be able to take down both multis and both of those air defenses with no problem at all. However, if it's 3 tiles diagonal, you're going to miss all of those exterior buildings and only get the ricochet cannon there. So making sure you understand the difference between the 4x4 buildings and of course the 3x3 is going to be super helpful because those are going to be the prime examples. And lastly, the Inferno Towers, which is a 2x2 building. So this right here, in terms of diagonal, you can hit it if it's 3 tiles apart, like so right here as shown there. If you land the fireball on that multi, you're going to be able to get the expos down with no issues there. In terms of fireball value, what I kind of look for is how many damage I can take with, you know, a fireball, and of course eliminating one side of the rage, because if we take a look at that rage, it covers 3 multis, 2 ricochet cannons, and of course the town hall. So immediately right off the bat, I noticed landing a fireball here is very crucial and gets so much value because not only gets the expo, it locks on the ricochet cannon, the multi, bomb tower, scatter shot, and of course this little gold mine as well, which alleviates a lot of damage, which is this entire left hand side. So how do I initially land the fireball there? Because again, you have 2 invisibility spells to basically work off, and what you can really do is use an invis spell to be able to cover this, and of course this and this, and all you would need to do is wait for the air defense to go down to be able to launch the fireball to go directly to that expo right there. But we're not going to be doing that. I kind of wanted to utilize the druid and use that in combination with the warden walk, and essentially start the warden right here on this side. Let the druid warden walk be able to get the air defense, archer tower, expo, and then this wizard tower. And then if I need, I can use an invis for this bottom wizard tower, archer tower, to then launch the fireball to that expo. Because as we take a look and see later on how the warden path, it basically targeted this expo, which was an indication to drop the fireball, in which I did. I'm going to start the replay now so we can basically see exactly how this was executed. As you can see, I'm taking a lot of DPS or damage at the initial start. We're taking an expo, we're taking an archer tower, and then we may be taking that second expo, in which we do now. I am going to immediately rage there, and you can see exactly what the druids are doing. And the great thing about the druids is that it has that little progress bar above it, so you can know when exactly that bear will launch right out and that the healing will end. So here we go. the fireball is launched. We are unfortunately not going to be able to get one of the ricochet cannons because of that builder, but no worries at all. And again, pairing the Siege Barrack with the Archer Queen as a flank is stronger than pairing a Barbarian King and the Siege Barrack itself, because I find Siege Barrack and the Queen working together is super fast than the King would be, because the Queen can reach behind the wall, whereas the King cannot. So pairing the King and the Super Witches with its Rage Gauntlet going into the core is super nice, because it gets so much value as it's going into the core. So if you can notice here, what we're doing with the Druids, it's we're placing 2 or 3, depending how much damage is on the outside, behind the Siege Barrack and behind the Queen, so that it gets maximum value and a lot of the troops can stay alive to be able to take down a lot of that corner flank of the base. So as you can see there, the wall opened up for us. The Queen is going in. The Valkyries are coming out. It is going very well. The Super Witch itself took down the Town Hall. As you can see, the jump did not connect to the Town Hall. So nothing is going to get affected by this Giga Poison, because everything was accessible behind those walls of the Town Hall Giga Poison. So nonetheless, we have hero abilities for the Archer Queen and the Hawk Puppet inside of the World Champion. You can see the big boys are coming out the tank, and that's exactly why utilizing the Druid and the Super Witches, you're going to have so much in tankage, because you're going to have not only this the big boys from the Super Witches, but you're going to also have those Druids Bear coming out while everything is inside of the core. So very nice burst attack here on this Rage and Poison base. You can see how effective and efficient it is when you are able to get that much value in terms of fireball. So now let's go ahead and start that Warden Walk and start this replay. We are going to use that invis and quake and then land that fireball, and like I said, everything is gone just like that. So that's the power of the hero equipments here, is the fireball. Just being able to take down a section of damage just makes it so nice for any particular attack. So here we go. Siege Barrack, Queen working on the flank. We have the Wall Breaker on the left upper hand side for the Siege Barrack and the Queen to work with. And you can see there, Druid on the Siege Barrack allows the push to stay alive in the flank to be able to be supported. We do have 4 more Druids left, and I do believe that 4 Druids or 3 there is way more than enough, because of how much value that fireball we're actually able to get out of that. So I decided to supplement and utilize more Druids on the top hand side, and be able to use an early freeze on the Scatter and Invis, just so that my Queen is going to be able to take down some of those damage before that Invis goes off. So here we go. No big deal. We have Siege Barrack P.E.K.K.A. We have the Archer Queen. We have so much coming into the core of the base. And with the jump there, it's going to be able to give us access into not only the Scatter and World Champion compartment, but it's going to give us access to the Town Hall. As we can see, the Bears and the Valkyries from the Siege Barrack took care of the Town Hall for me, and I have nowhere else to send my World Champion other than on the bottom left hand corner. King abilities being used, and you can see there, no healers needed. Just the healing effect from those Druid is way more than enough, because it keeps everything alive there. Invis spell being swagged at the end, and of course all 4 heroes being alive at the end. It goes to show the power and strength of this army composition, and when you are utilizing it correctly to get the full potential value out of that fireball. And that will do it for us today. Now, if you guys like this masterclass session, make sure you guys go ahead and give it a like and comment for more videos just like this. But if you guys would like to support us, make sure you guys feel free to use code BLUE for any in-game purchases you guys make. But that'll do it from me today. Until next time, Ghost out.